Welcome back to Digiburst, guys. It is the second week of BT10, and you're gonna hate this, but Blue Hybrid just topped. It is back and making business. We'll start off with the cards right here. 4 Digimon and 1 Kiari. We switched the ratios from typical amounts because you will be getting Digimon that already without sources to get the draw with the Digimon rather than stripping sources with the Kiarimon. So important to switch out these ratios because you're not going to be stripping as much as you used to be doing. This is particularly to counter Crossheart, because Crossheart do play a lot of Digimon without sources through their tamer effects.
Bloody Reaper.
4 Strabi, 3 Madoki. Just like the best ratios, Madoki comes up less often because there aren't too many effects that gain memory, but it still makes do with memory blocking effects against memory boosters. So it's good for that, but also against Jessamon, pretty good against that too. You want to play a large Strabi ratios because Strabi searching Strabi is super important, as well as other hybrid cards like Bukimon searching Strabis. That's why you play the 3 Bukimon as well. There aren't so much hate against Bukimons, like there's still Crimson Flares and Doralumons that can easily remove Bukimons, but if you play them at the right time, really early in the game, you can get that +2 memory off them very well. Plus there aren't too many memory blockers to block out the Bukimons as well. We're seeing a lot more plays like Solomons as that kind of floodgate rather than the memory blockers. So we're getting away with the plus memories from the Bukimons. It's really nice that way. Level 4s. 4 Kuma, 4 Korikaku. Just never changes. Just solid stuff. You need them to go over your tamers. And of course, for Beowulf, getting the bounce back against Cross Wars or against any cross deck is super good, because even though they maintain a card that can go underneath a Digimon, across Digimon to cheapen it from the hand, bouncing back a card to prevent your opponent from getting a hit in is super valuable, because cross decks can just really play fast, and removing a body is really valuable. And 2 Leomon. This has been an excellent tech against cross decks because blocking, they have a serious issue against blocking, and of course getting the memory back is a huge issue for them, because if you choke them on 1 and you put down a Leomon over a rookie, you can potentially win by them not winning that turn. Also, you can use it as a memory bank, because if you evo over in your nursery, you can use it to swing Suicide into their security, gain back 2 memory that you can utilize on your turn after you push out, and of course that draw is really nice to keep your engine running. And of course we are playing double Death X2, because the Cross-Heart decks play a lot of tamers, flood the board a lot with a lot of cards, so Death X is just really nice to clear boards. And also against blockers like Ballistamons, really good, really solid. On the tamers, 4 Sword Joes, 4 Mats, 3 Davis, 1 Tommy because of the limit, and 1 Matt Sora. We have a smaller tamer ratio than previously, 13 tamers, I think. 4, 8, 11, yes, 13, than the usual 15 we used to play, because we have lost the Tommies. And we had to make room for Death X's and Leomons. So preferably you do want to play 1 more tamer in here, maybe a Koji would be nice. But otherwise we're not really lacking it. It's perfectly fine like this. And you do often get Swordros stripping out X5s or X4s, and them losing the Shoutmon from underneath an X5 or X4 is really valuable for you, because they no longer have the rush mechanic to put underneath a EX, to put underneath an X4 or X5. So that's super solid if you're able to corner your opponent into that position. Onto options. 3 Hammerspark, 1 Ice War, Memory Boost, and Innocence Blizzard. Really not too different to how they used to run back in BT7 and onwards. These are just really good traps to come out of security. Innocence Blizzard honestly came out quite a couple of times to strip out the important source. I think it was Starmons is the bottom source underneath an X4. Am I correct in that saying? Yes. and that one is used in both X4s and X5s. So if they just didn't have another Starmons in their hand and they lose it through an Innocence Blizzard being stripped out, it can often just win you the game from them just not having the right memory to punch in. So Innocence Blizzard can still put in a lot of work and potentially stun rookies coming out of nurseries. Ice War, Hammer Sparks, getting memories back from your security is really good too. And the single blue memory booster is just good for consistency. You can potentially replace this for your Koji if you just want another tamer, but otherwise it did put in work to bring out consistency. At the end, really proud of this deck. I think it was a really solid meta pick to counter Cross Wars and even Jesmon, because the Systemons don't have any sources. You can easily get your Sora Joe effects off them and also stun them or bounce them back with the Beowulf mods. So this is a deck that is really easy to pilot, really low ceiling, and the deck at this point is already sold because people have been playing it since BT7. And that's why you need to keep an eye on this deck, because people already know how to play it well. And that's why it topped today. I've already got gameplay of this deck against Crossheart and Blue Flare that I think are really good examples of how the deck functions against them and why it's a good meta pick against them. And hopefully if you're a Crossheart player or if you want to play against Crossheart, it can help you prepare for those decks. Other than that, subscribe and I'll see you next time.